Hi guys, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 13th, 2018. This is Jennifer. I come with a room full of Rainbow Cascade blocks and block pieces. I am very happy to say that nudge 12 was yesterday. We only have 14 nudges total, so that means 2 more nudges to go. The nudges are just which blocks you should be working on for that 2-week period. I have started piecing my columns for my quilt, so I piece these two here are column 6 and column 7. I'm doing the largest quilt, which is 70 by 80, so this is the last two. They will go on this side. All of the rest of my blocks are in pieces, all of them. I have just a few pieces left to add to the bottom section, which is the C section of all of the blocks, and I've been piecing all the rest of them at the same time. Every surface in my sewing room is covered with Rainbow Cascade pieces. I have this much left to go on the 4 pieces for the quadrants. This is the outside edge piece. This is C, the piece that looks like this. This is all I have left on the rest of my blocks, and then I can start piecing the blocks together. You guys might remember that I said I want to redo my sewing room, and I cannot redo my sewing room until Rainbow Cascade is over. So I am pushing as hard as I can to get the rest of my quilt top finished, even before week 14, because I want to have my quilt top done to show you guys that week. And I also am hoping that by the time we get there, I will be either in progress or maybe even done with cleaning out and rearranging my sewing room. In between working on Rainbow Cascade, I've been working on Sweet Reflections. You guys might remember these are the blocks that are made with the fabrics that were from leftover fabrics from when I used to make clothes for my kids. My kids are adults now, and this is from when they were really little, like toddlers in elementary school kind of stuff. So in between working on Rainbow Cascade, I've been working on these because it gives my hands a rest from all the folding and the cutting and everything else that you do during paper piecing, because my hands do get a little sore. So this gives me a rest because it's just chain piecing. And so I did manage, I think I made 8 or 10 of these last week. So my stack is growing, so I'm happy about that. This is a personal project, so there is no deadline or date when I need to be finished, so it's just a nice little aside that I can work on in between other stuff. I did manage a new Free Pattern Friday last week. It's one that's been on my list to get shared for a while now. I was inspired to do a soda can. I did some looking because I figured someone has done soda cans. They have to have done soda cans. And I looked and I couldn't find one. I found lots of bottles where people had done soda bottles of a variety of different sizes and shapes, but no cans. So I did do soda can, which is it's one pattern where the pattern is 5.5 by 10.5, and if you want to make a 10.5 inch block, you just make 2. Or you can just add fabric to the sides to make it a single block. I didn't include instructions for that because it's pretty much just basic piecing to make it a square like that. Super simple pattern. Very easy. I thought it was cute and fun. I think it would be fun to do as sort of an I Spy quilt where you had like rows of them with like fun fabrics with like candy or even bugs, or just, you know, whatever you could do, just fun things for like kids. I thought that would be super cute. So this week my house is full of adultlings. I have my son is home from college with one of his friends, and when he is home, the bat signal goes on and other friends start showing up. I probably won't be in my sewing room a whole lot this week, but one of the things that I will be doing absolutely for sure is I have a quilt top for a friend that I promised I would quilt for her, and I want to get it finished and given back to her by Saturday because she has a bit of a deadline on it. I'm also planning to, around the same time, possibly before I do this one, I want to do another little Linus quilt. I have a whole wall full of pieced tops that I made over the last few months where they're just, you know, the blocks that I've made out of orphan blocks where it's just, you know, either 3 across by 4 down or 3 by 3. I want to get one of those quilted and bound because Linus is on Saturday. It snuck up on me because of a week in Vegas and then a week being sick, and my husband's actually still recovering. He's back at work, but he still has that little nagging cough that you get after you've had a really bad cough, the one that takes forever to go away. So he's almost better, but it's been a really long month because of all the stuff that's been going on, just the traveling and sickness, and then having my kid come home, and just I cannot believe Linus is this weekend. It just snuck up on me. So I'm hoping to get that done. I definitely will get my friend's quilt done, and then I will get back to piecing like mad to finish up my Rainbow Cascade blocks. I'm hoping by next week to have at least a couple more columns pieced, but no promises because like I said, house full of people. Another thing I'm thinking about doing while my kiddo's home is taking a couple of the bags that have sets of blocks in them that I got from Sarah in Houston, and taking my giant bag of Ziploc bags and trying to sort some of those into kits. Cynthia, you're first on my list. When I get those done, I will put some aside for you so that if you happen to be at Linus on Saturday, let me know. I will bring them for you. That'll give me the nudge I need to get those sorted. A few little reminders. Stranger Things Design Invitational is happening now. The deadline is April 9th. So if you want to design something to share with the Fandom in Stitches community and have your pattern posted on Fandom in Stitches, check out the post on Fandom in Stitches. There's a link. It'll be in today's Tuesday update post, and all the information you need is there. Everything you need is there. So we would love to have you share your Stranger Things patterns. Land Before Time is starting to wrap up. That will be over at the end of this month, and starting in April we will have Alita's Disney Art quilt along, so that's going to be really fun. And I do want to share with you guys that after Alita's event, we will be having another Choose Your UFO. So it will not be a quilt along, it will be a finish up your stuff. So I know quite a few people are working on the Project of Doom, and a lot of people are working on Land Before Time, or they're working on other projects. We have some people going back and doing the Disney Princess quilt along that Michelle did. So it'll be a chance to jump in and pull out those blocks from past quilt alongs that you've worked on, or quilt blocks that you've worked on from Fandom in Stitches that are just things that you wanted to make, and get some stuff finished up. So I will be using that time to work on some personal projects, which I really, really, really need to do. So that'll be a thing I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about probably in the next couple weeks. I want to say a big shout out to my Patreon supporters. You guys have been amazing and patient. I haven't had a new for sale pattern in a while, so my So Hooked Pattern Club has not gotten anything new aside from Free Pattern Friday, and I really appreciate that you guys understand that I'm a human being and that I get sick and I have things that happen and I don't always get stuff churned out the way that I would like to. I appreciate you guys. I just want you to know that I thank you very, very much. I also want to thank you guys for the feedback on last week's video where I talked about Terry's quilt, and I want to tell you guys that it literally could not have happened without all the wonderful people who helped make it. And that is going to be it for me. You guys have a wonderful week. You have a crafty week, and I would love to see your video. I'll see you next week. Bye.